Look at Reidao and Doshagama just going at it down there. Oh my god. Well, we don't have popcorn, but we got a well-done steak. Alright, well, this video was going to begin with how to gather and craft items, but it looks like Reidao is giving the business to Doshagama, so I'm just gonna watch that for a second. Oh, he's coming! He's coming!
I gathered some materials too. Check your sacred's pouch.
Come on, buddy. Ooh, not a good day. Not a good look. All right, what a wonderful start. Hey, guys. You've just entered the world of Monster Hunter Wilds, and you're not exactly sure what items are going to be beneficial for you, or maybe you could ignore. So I'm here to help you out. After that little intro, let's go ahead and take a look at which items we may care about. Hey, look, there's a flow fern. Do I need that? Absolutely not. It's going to be used for water ammo, and I am not a gunner. So, the absolute easiest method that you can use to find items when you're in the world of Monster Hunter Wilds, we have this gorgeously interactive map where you can see all of the items laid out for you in one convenient place. But what if it was easier? Well, it is! If we press left or right on the D-pad, we are going to bring up a fast travel list where you can go to your camps and subcamps. You're going to bring over to the filter icons. That's what we want. Open up your filter icons. We have sorted it by gathering. By default, you're going to see so many items that you're going to be overwhelmed. This looks horrible. Let's fix that. If we go to display only our traps and environmental, well, hey, look, there's all the things we can interact with on this map on the Windward Plains. But that's also not what we want. We want gatherables. We're going to head over to our gatherables, and you're going to see a list of everything that you can obtain on this map, which is fantastic. The easiest it's ever been. Normally, you rely on third-party resources and content creators to make places that you could find things very easily, and that may still be true, but in-game, they've also made it extremely convenient. The first thing we're going to do is, oh, well, if I want to make some tranquilizers, I want to be able to capture monsters. So how can we do that? Well, if you don't know the recipe, before we go into the menu to hike towards areas and route our way, you can go over to the crafting list. Over on the crafting list, you can see all of the items that we'll be able to make. We currently have it set to display all, but you can set it to your favorites if you have favorites, or the craftable ones, the only ones that you can actually make right now. So, a couple of really important items when you're starting your adventure in Monster Hunter. Potions, obviously. You're going to be making mega potions, and you will notice for some crafts there are some changes from the previous generations of Monster Hunter, and that makes sense because there are going to be different items, different locales, so it makes sense for some of the crafts to change a little bit. And this also may not be the same crafts that we'll see in the full release of the game. This is just during the open beta test 2. So if we look down here, some very useful items are going to be your potions and mega potions. Antidotes are extremely good, but herbal medicine is even better because it's going to do the effects of antidote, but you're going to drink it even quicker. So herbal medicine, don't sleep on them. I slept on them for so long. I just took regular antidotes with me, but it's going to save you a lot of time. Max potions, they're going to fill up your HP all the way to the max of what your health gauge could be. So even if maybe you haven't eaten food in a bit, or you're just missing some of your HP, it's going to heal you as well as increase your max HP up to what it can be. Catalysts are going to be used to make these max potions, as well as mandragores that you'll find those in the open world. And there may even be a system like a botanical research garden that will be able to cultivate more mandragores or herbs, mushrooms, like all sorts of things. There's usually a system like that in Monster Hunter, so I don't doubt that we may see that again. Catalysts, like I said, useful for the max potions. Basically everything on this first page is really, really good. Immunizers, okay. I don't really use them much, unless they're used in another craft. Life powders are exceptional. Herbal powders are great, because these powders are going to be AoE. So if you're going to be playing in multiplayer hunts, you're really going to want to make use of them so you can keep your friends up. And there'll also be other abilities to help boost the healing that you do, so you're basically going to be like a support. Like, you could actually be like a healer in your party. Energy drinks, these are paramount if you are playing dual blades or bow. Very, very exceptional. It's going to reduce the rate of stamina loss that you have when you're basically consuming stamina at all. In addition to that, you can also pick up, sometimes there's some endemic life that will make it so that you don't lose as much stamina, and that's pretty cool too. But energy drinks, they're craftable. You use nitro shrooms and honey, which means that honey is going to be very useful. As we see, it's used in mega potions, it's used in our energy drinks, it's going to be used in a lot of things, so you'll never have enough honey. You'll never, never, never have enough honey. And right now our secret's just doing secret things. It's just running about. It's just running about. Demon drugs are good for damage. Demon powders are good for damage. Same with armor skins and armor powders. We're going to have barrel bombs that are just free damage. You can get them to explode. Flash pods and dung pods. You're probably going to use a lot of these. Like flash pods you get with flash bugs that you just find in the open world. It is its own craft. Very, very useful. Very, very non-rare item. It's very common to find flash bugs. In fact, I bet if I were to just close my menu right now, we'll probably find a flash bug in the next 10 seconds. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Yeah. Flash bugs are all over the place. They are all over the place. Okay. So, we've gone over some of the items that are very useful, right? Flash pods are super good. Trank bombs. This is going to be the thing that you're not going to start with in the beta, but it's very useful because it'll reduce the time on your hunt. You can capture a monster even before it has the skull when it's weak. However, once you see the skull, you know that you can capture it. These are going to be sleep herbs and parashrooms. We don't begin with those, so let's go back over now to the menu and pick up what we want to grab. So we go over to the filter icons. Thank you for sitting through the long-winded explanation of items. Somebody is going to find each part of this useful, so maybe if something doesn't apply to you, that's okay. Just stick with us for the parts you do want to see. So we can go over to our sleep herbs, and we're like, oh, well, there's a sleep herb right there. I'm going to set a waypoint. And then your sacred, I just press up on my D-pad. I have it set to, I think, Control 3. So I can route it manually. I hold circle to mount it instead of up or down on the D-pad. And then it's going to route you directly to where you want to gather your item. And you can press L2 and circle. You could fire off your slinger to pick it up, or you could just run up to it and press circle to gather on a PlayStation controller like you used to. We're going to open up our window again, and we're going to take a look, right? We're going to open up our window, we're going to filter, we're going to go back over to sleep herbs, and we're going to notice there is no other sleep herb. And Doshagama is now very angry with me, so we're going to leave. I thought that boss music was because we picked up a sleep herb and we were really awesome at it. That's Chatacabra's problem now. That is no longer our issue. Somebody's having frog's legs. That is not great. Okay, so if we fast travel over to this camp, Area 13 West, we already know there's a parashroom over by the oasis. So one of the other things you can do in this game, you don't have to use the menu to route your items. You can. It's very convenient. But let's say you just want to explore the world. You just want to fiddle about and figure it out, right? We want to see where things are at. You could just run and explore as you're going. There's a Balahara sleeping there. I'm just kidding. It's a little, what are they called? Are those septonauts? So you can run around the camp. Pick up your items. Bitterbugs, again, very useful. Going to be used in max potions. Honey, always very useful. The oasis, much like an oasis in real life, is going to be everything you need, right? We have the flow ferns. Remember, anything near water is probably going to have your ammo for water. It's very convenient and it makes sense like that. So we picked up our parashroom. Now we have one. We're like, oh, well, I don't know where the other one is, Rin. I don't know where the other one is. Well, let's filter. We just go through our list. We're like, oh, I don't know where it is in the list. So I went the other direction on purpose to show you like this. There could be a lot here, right? Okay, well, where's the other parashrooms? Oh, there is another parashroom. Great. Awesome. And it looks like if I were to route this way, I would go past a boss. I don't really want it to attack me. Oh, I have a camp nearby. I have a camp nearby. That's great. We'll fast travel. We'll hop over this way. And then we'll pick up what we need. Great. And remember what I was saying before about thunderbugs, flash bugs? Like, these bugs are very, very common. Gonna be no small wonder that you'll be able to just find them pretty much everywhere. Bigger mantle bugs, these dudes are gonna heal you. And they're also super cute. Like, if we hop off of our mount, we might be able to get a good angle on it. Look at them. So adorable. It's got little eyes! Oh my god! Sorry, but you're my healing now. Poor little dude. They're very cute. We love them. We love them very much. So yeah, as you're running through the world, you're going to want to gather these gatherables for your consumables. And you can also pick up various mining nodes or bone piles because those are going to be so useful in your crafts. Almost any craft in the game is going to come down to it being a boned item or an ore type item when you're looking at like weapons and armor. But okay, well, where do I find that? Let's go ahead and route over. You don't really have to do a search for these ones. They're just going to be like blue or yellow. You're going to crack open the geode, gather them up, and be on your merry way. There is an area of the map that I really, really, really like. This place is so cool. And we're just gonna run there and experience the locale because it's gorgeous here. The game is so beautiful. So, as we go through the caves, you're gonna see these rock formations are super awesome, right? Like we're in a desert. It makes sense. There's all sorts of naturally formed chasms and such. And this beta, again, is available for the next few days. I believe it goes down on Monday night at 7 p.m. PST. So you have a couple of days to still experience what the beta has in store before the full release of the game on the 28th. And as we enter this area, it is a camp. So we can set up a pop-up camp here, and I recommend it. Because first off, it's gorgeous. Who doesn't want to live in rock candy? Remember rock candy when you were a kid? You go to like an amusement park and you get rock candy and your dentist hates you. We're basically living inside that. This is what the inside of your tooth is going to look like if you only live off of rock candy. Also reminds me of a fight in Final Fantasy. Like E7S. So you go over here and these mining crops, they look so cool because they are basically the same color as the cave that we're in, which is awesome. There's also bitterbugs, which are also blue. We're just in the blue room. We're going to go around picking everything up. And again, these are useful. The bitterbugs are going to be used for your max potions. Other things too. We're going to crack open our mining outcrops. We're going to pick up all our crystals. And you'll never, never, never not find it. Like, there's always going to be a use for your ore, right? As you're crafting things, there's always going to be a use. You'll never be wanting as long as you do this. The last thing you're going to want to do is to have all these rare materials. You just took down a really big monster, and then, ooh, suddenly you're missing dragonite ore. And you need 3 dragonite ore. Where are you going to find them? And now you got to run out, gather them up. It would be nice if you just picked them up on your way. It takes a couple seconds, and then you're able to just, you know, make your pieces, right? For me, that's super convenient. I like stockpiling up early game, because then I don't have to do it later game when I want to be just hunting all these big baddies that show up. But early game, there aren't going to be too many big baddies. We're going to have like some of the smaller bosses, and maybe a big one shows up here and there. Like, this is your time. Start stockpiling things, get ahead of the game, and you're not going to be like, oh crap, I need small monster bones. I need, you know, fossils. Well, come over to these areas. This is also a nice little den where monsters can retreat and nest and sleep. And it's got a couple of really convenient things. We have god bugs. You can use various berries, like slash berries are going to make your slicing ammo. So that's going to be useful if you're using bowgun. Your bone pile over here is going to be to pick up our bones for, again, crafts. And that's effectively it. Effectively it. Like, this game is more convenient than it has ever been to gather. And on top of that, if you need to know when you can come back to an item, you have a timer. All you have to do is highlight it. I have 8 minutes left before I can grab the sleep herb again. That's not bad at all. We're going to hop over. Last thing we'll do, we'll pick up some honey. Going to route us this way. Going to be a couple of pieces. We're just going to observe the world. This looks so gorgeous. Everything about Monster Hunter Wilds is fantastic, and while I do have a couple of systems that I think could be improved upon, overall, I think it has become more convenient and more entry-level for new generations of hunters than it has ever been. And old hunters, I think, will really appreciate the convenience that we have. Also, as you can see, once we have arrived at our destination and we grabbed our item, the item we want has disappeared, so it is no longer going to be on our map as a waypoint. And if you want, you can set up your camps. I'm not going to set up a camp here. I already have all of my camps in places that I'd want them. But if you did, you can check out that the safety level here is dangerous. So while you could set it up to pick up more honey, monsters are probably going to route through here frequently and destroy your camp. You actually won't be able to find yourself making use of this too often. Yeah, that's going to be it for me. I think that this was a more informal tutorial slash guide, if you will. I didn't write a script or anything. I just wanted to show you guys how to gather things. This helped me. It's helped our friends. We've had a lot of people ask about what to do when they're starting Monster Hunter, and I know that Wilds is going to be the first entry for many hunters. So hopefully this helped you out. We'll catch you next time.